That
Young
face
man,
hasn't changed.
I don't need you co-signing to the bullshit. I don't need you co-signing to the nonsense. Y'all see how you got me starting the stream? I got to yell at y'all. Anyways, what's good? I am here, Lord Commander AK. It's been a while. You know, I'm only sporadically around now that we're in the off season. Joined by my brother Tony the Last Hearth and Mr. BrokeBlackMan himself, the Funko Pop King, first of his name. Yeah, you see what I did there? Yeah, it's gonna have them damn titles. You want to keep giving them to me too. Anyway, gentlemen, introduce yourself. Tony, go first.
It's Tony, Lord Last Hearth. Glad to be here. Glad you invited me to be part of this, Alicia. I do like me some Stranger Things, and it looks like it's going to be a very good second season from all the pre-reviews and stuff that I've seen. So let's get into this.
BBM.
Well, Funko Pop of his name. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. For that, I'll give you a Funko Pop right there. 11 with Eggos. That's how we do.
Nice, nice.
Hey, BrokeBlackMan 94 here. And hey, I'm here to talk Stranger Things. I haven't seen season 2 yet, surprisingly. So let's get to it.
Yeah. Tony tried to punk me earlier talking about, I'm watching right now as we speak. Like, how the fuck we gonna do a theory session when you're watching the episode right now, loser? But he was just messing with me.
As I said, I was like, let me
What's
mess
up
with
in
her.
the chat, J-Town? Stupid. I don't appreciate that, sir. I don't appreciate that at all. But anyways, what up to people in my chat room? Ion Tron, always around getting the info out, getting the word out about the streams, and I always appreciate it. J-Town, I haven't seen you in a little bit, man. What's been going on? Phil H, what's up? So, first, what do you guys expect from all the previews and stuff that we've seen? What do you guys feel is coming with this in the first, let's say the first episode? What's one big thing you think we'll see in the first episode?
Cliffhanger of 11's return. If not the first episode, maybe at least by the third episode, we're gonna get 11 back.
Yeah, I think
honestly, if they wait till the third episode, I might be upset.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I think with 11, because of her being such a a powerful character, and then being one like the main thing that the first season, other than Will, was centered around. I don't think they're going to wait that long. Like you said, it'd be a lot of people be mad if they waited till about third episode till they showed her. I think, it might make wait, halfway or towards the end, kind of give a cliffhanger for next episode. But I think they're gonna delve into, what's been going on, I guess, with her. And like you said, like I didn't think to even look. Is it only 8 episodes this season, or is it 10? Because I remember last season was 8.
Actually, yeah, last season was 8. What I saw in my download is there's 9 episodes.
Oh, no.
Excuse me. You guys in the chat, if there are 10 episodes, let me know, because then I will need to go hunt for that 10th episode. But I believe there are 9 as of right now.
The only reason why I think they would even push it to the third episode is because and look with the trailer now, I see in the casting, whatever, that they've added another child actress. I think her name is Max. So it's I think they need a little bit more time for her to develop that character into the group. Well, that's if I don't know how close the friend in the group she's gonna be. So it's you kind of need an episode or 2 of her, just a little bit of focus, and then bam, introduce 11.
Cool. Yeah, J-Ton says she thinks it's 9 also. Yeah, what from my download listed 9 episodes, so I'm thinking that's what it is. What's going on, Phil? Welcome back. Okay, so let's see. I think we're gonna see one of those weird hallucinations that Will has been getting into in the previews. London Town, welcome. 9 episodes, excellent. Thank you for that confirmation. Appreciate that. So we have 9 episodes. That's 1 hour more. goodness for this season, and I wish they would do like the standard 10, but they don't like, the Duffer Brothers don't like having fillers, so that was the reason why they purposely kept it down to 8 episodes, so they could get all the juicy meat in the plot and not give us any nonsense to really have to deal with.
And I'm cool with that.
Let's talk characters real quick.
Before we talk characters,
actually,
they gotta tell D&D that.
I still want more.
No. We don't want that D&D filler-ish or anime filler-ish. Get to the point.
That's the thing. Like, right. And I agree. I still want more though. It always leaves me wanting more, and that's a good thing. So I am fully.
I think they're already renewed for like what, 4 or 5 seasons. They got 4 or 5 seasons. I think they're.
I hope so.
We're gonna get more.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I've heard that their actual like budget and everything is going up for what they can spend on the show. Because I guess the first season was a little more limited.
Better.
Yeah, I mean it's Netflix. Like it's got to be Netflix's like main.
Probably because they didn't know how well it was going to take off.
Yeah, and now that they've seen, like, it's got to be Netflix probably most publicized, most waited for season to start.
Probably one of their highest grossing, I would suspect.
Yeah, next to the Marvel shows.
Let's see, Phil has a question.
So I don't think Orange New Black is even.
Yeah, the Marvel shows are a hit. Yeah, I actually fell out of that after like the first episode. Not the first episode, but the first season. I couldn't keep up with it. Actually, if you do like shows like that though, Wentworth.
Oh yeah.
Is I think a much more graphic telling of women in prison.
Yeah,
that show
it's
is
Australian based, right?
Yeah, it's an Australian. Yeah, it's an Australian show, and it's pretty freaking awesome. But Phil has a question for us. Says, how many people do we think will end up in the Upside Down this season? I saw an interesting theory about the Upside Down and their little towns. So I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna let you guys answer first. Tony, you go first, then you, BBM.
The question was, how many people do we think is gonna end up in the Upside Down this season?
In the Upside Down.
Yeah. I don't know if I so much want to put a number on how many people, but I think it might that the Upside Down world might try to I don't know if the world itself will try to, but in some way the two worlds will start to kind of like come together a little more. Like like how you see like Will's hallucinations and shit. How like it might be like because the Upside Down was trying to push into the like realm of reality and whatever, I don't know how to characterize the world itself. I guess it's just a mirror of the other world, just with all this other crap going on in it. Because every time they show it, it's like exactly what the other world is, but whatever that stuff is, it's all over. And I think it's gonna be more it trying to push its way into the real world. Because the way they made it, but the last season that 11 pretty much took out that main monster, right? The Demogorgon.
The Demogorgon, yeah.
Yeah, so I think it's going not so much of how many people, extra people. I mean, of course, you'll have those. You'll probably have those the fake energy building CIA place where they keep trying to delve into it and do whatever they do with it. But yeah, I think it's going to push more into the real world, not so much where people are trying to go into that world.
I can dig that. BBM?
Yeah, I have to agree with Tony. I think it's not more of it's going to be okay. People are going to be like trapped on the other side. It's going to be more of like whatever's on the Upside Down is going to be in our world majority of the time. Because like last season, I think it was like 7 people, the thing that Demogorgon took. Now, I'm not sure if it included Will or not, but I remember like in the, 7th episode or so, that guy who was like controlling everything on the other end, who's like kidnapped Ellen thing. I think he said like 7 people. So it's like I don't know if they're gonna just double it, say 14, but I don't even know. Number wise, who knows? I'll give the magic 7.
Yeah.
Same amount.
By the power of the 7. Don't you say Team Mel? Oh goodness. Let's see. I don't know if I can come up with a specific number because it seems that Hopper is going to be world jumping every now and then. So I think he's going to be going and possibly hunting something, because we saw a guy with you know, that double flame torch thing, and I think that's Hopper, and I don't know why he's going in, but I think he's going to be going in a few times to do it. I don't know what he's doing with that energy place, but they swooped him up at the end of last season, so he's working with them for something. There's a theory that I watched earlier today by, I believe the gentleman's name is the Theorizer. I don't know if you guys have heard of him. I'll drop a link at the end of this in my description. He was thinking two things that I thought were really interesting. He thought that the Upside Down and our world are going to merge. Like, he thought at first that they were on like different dimensions, but now at the end of his theory, he thought more that it's a merging of our dimensions. And Elle, she helped to create the portals, but she was only just one part of it. The bigger theory that he had was with Will, and he was saying that the worlds are already merging, but regular people can't see it. Like, you know, the huge monster that everybody's calling the Thessal Hydra now. It's if you look at the scenes where Will sees it, it's emitting some type of weird gas, and that made me think of you know, the Mist in Percy Jackson. How shit's going down, but no one can see it because that gas that it's given off is blocking all of the humans from seeing what's going on. Will can see it because he's already been in the Upside Down and he's already spent so much time there, so the gas doesn't affect him. I don't know if it's going to end up like that, but I thought that was a really, really freaking cool theory.
Oh, that's why you think he's able to
see stuff. The worlds are bleeding in together. That's what. Yeah, I think the world is screwed up. Will's not the one that's seeing things. Everybody else is. At least that was a Theorizer's theory. That's not my theory. That's his, and I really like it. He could be wrong, but it's a cool theory to think about, because how awesome of a twist would that be? Who knows how the hell it's going to end up, though. You guys think Will is actually Will, or if that's some weirdo clone?
Something happened. Something happened to him.
Because
he was the first one that was
like taken. He was snatched up and plugged in.
Mm-hmm. Versus the other female who wasn't plugged in. Like, I don't know, maybe because she's like a female, maybe the Demogorgon needed her for like produce more eggs or something. That's why she died. But then I'm still thinking of like aliens.
I mean, to bring in like the Game of Thrones, like how it comes into every discussion I'm ever in, no matter what the topic is. Maybe it's kind of like the similar thing, like when Jojen tells Bran, like, if you work too long, you know, you'll stay there. Maybe if you stay in that world too long, you know what I mean, it'll either affect you being able to come back out, or it'll affect the person you are on the other side. You know what I mean?
Right. Like, it seems like they got Will out just in time. Like, Barb was there for too long. There was no pulling the plug out of her mouth and getting her out of there. That was a wrap. But Will, I think they found in time. But I think he is absolutely changed, not just emotionally, but physically also, from having that damn slug implanted in him and then coughing her up. And I wonder if that's the only one that he's coughed up, or if it's happened more times than what we saw. Secret Targaryen. Ion, what are you talking about? What are you trolling now? Who is a Secret Targaryen?
I guess that Will's a Secret Targaryen.
Everyone's a Secret Targaryen. Ion dies.
I think that's what makes this show so good, is because like it's so new. Like, even with the first season, there wasn't a lot explained to where like it keeps you wanting. I think it was a good thing they did, because it keeps you wanting more, and it still keeps you occupied. Like, it doesn't just, you know, like with the filler we were talking about, like it doesn't just give you a bunch of bull crap that has nothing to do with the objective to the show, and it makes it, you keep wanting more because you want to find out, what is this upside down world, like how did it come about, why is it, you know, the way it is, like the when in that room they have there where it's like the little portal, Like I'm waiting for something like to go horribly wrong with that because they're trying to maintain this entrance to it. You know what I mean? And they think because they got the degrees and the scientific, you know, people that they can, you know, handle keeping this portal open. And I think something's going to really happen. That's what I was saying. Like, I think the two worlds are going to have to come together, or the other one's going to try to push in because they keep messing with it.
Yep. London Town just said something interesting. He agrees with me that it's happened more than one time with Will spitting out those slugs. I think it definitely has, and I'm very interested to see what pet Dustin gets, because we saw in the trailer that he's got his little his ghost trapper, his Ghostbusters ghost trapper, and they managed to trap something in it because it's hopping around on the table, and they're all looking scared and nervous to open it. So I don't know. Yeah, J-Town said she doesn't think it's his first one either.
Well, it's obviously what they have, though. They have a White Walker.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
They're going to take it to Cersei to make sure she gets that alive.
I'm gonna put you in timeout or something, damn it. You and this Cersei stuff.
That is true, though, because I'd be kind of, you know, I wouldn't be so comfortable if I was hawking on stuff like that. Like, I've had some bad bronchitis, but it ain't never been like that, you know. So I wouldn't be that comfortable.
Right, like he looked bothered by it, but he didn't really look scared. Like he was coughing when he was in the hospital. So did he hack up some things there, and maybe the doctors or one of the energy people came and swooped it up, or did he just hide it somewhere? I don't know.
You know what I'm more intrigued to see, though, is with like there's a lot of theories I've seen people talking about with because you know how 11 is like she has a tattoo and it's like 3 digits. It's like 011. So like they ain't just call her 11 because it sounded cool. Like she would have to be, even if these other ones died or something. Like where did they get like if she's 11 like. Is there 10 other ones? Is there people over after her? Or maybe she's the only one that's ever like made it to the point she's at without dying or something, you know?
That's another thing. Where are the rest of the Weapon X participants?
About to say that too. That and what's that book series? I don't know the book series. I know there's a movie. What was it? Number 4 or whatever. And in the movie we saw like other numbers as well.
Oh yeah. I am number 4. Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. So it's like, will we see like more or more individuals like her? And if they're, I don't think if anything they're all dead, and maybe like some maybe have died, but like some are just like lingering around.
But it could be like CIA, how they have those the black ops like places all around the world that you don't know about. They're untitled on whatever, not put on a map. Maybe they have some of these fake energy places in other countries, other states. You know, and each one has its own sort of 11 or trying to get that kind of person.
That's the thing, though, that with it being an energy place, I don't think it's fake. I think they actually are working in energy, but they're trying to develop it for, you know, quote unquote extraterrestrial means. If that, you know, if that makes sense in your head. I can't think of the right word.
In the first season, remember they were trying to have when they had her in the chamber and they had her in front, like she was in the black area, and then you hear the Russian dude talk. It almost seemed like they were trying to use her for like assassinations.
They were trying to use her as a spy during the Cold War. Yeah,
right.
So that's what it originally started off as. But then this extraterrestrial shit started happening, and you know, poor doctor. That I don't feel bad for that dude. I kind of hope he's dead. A lot of people want to see him come back, but I don't care about him.
Through Papa?
Is it alien? Is it alien related? I thought it was kind of like a different dimension, something like that. Or is it
different dimensions also? It's not confirmed whether it's a different dimension or whether it's an alien or what kind of being. I'm just giving it words that I know that.
Well, remember in the episode they had when he has all the, I guess, like either military or top like echelon people above him, and they were like, we're gonna make contact, and that was, you know what I mean, after all the shit went down, and he tells
Right.
her don't to run from it, to, you know, go to it, to try to, you know, that was when all the shit went down.
Yeah, I blame him.
Yeah.
I blame him. That girl did not want to go back in there. Clearly, she was scared. And even if she did go up and talk to the huge freaking monster, what was she actually supposed to do with it?
Right.
You don't know how to communicate with it at all. It may have been calling to her because she has that powerful psychic energy. And that was another thing the Theorizer was talking about, is he thinks that the Demogorgon or the whatever creatures are left over there need energy because they've already sucked everything out of the place where they are.
And that is a good point, because you see in the upside down world that a lot of that stuff that looks like binds kind of stuff, it's all over everything that like puts out energy, like the cars, the lampposts, the houses, like, you know what I mean? And like it seems like that it's sucking the energy.
Yeah, like shit always explodes around them, like with the radio when 11 was trying to talk to Will, that blows up. When Will first encounters the monster, the headlight on his bike blows up. The light in his garage blows up.
It would make sense how Will communicates with his mom, right? The Christmas lights.
That's exactly what I was about to say. Yep. And Phil says that 11 has like a Borg destination, and I agree with that. That absolutely fits. And I think that one of those Weapon X participants was also her mother. And I'm wondering if they're going to reunite them, because we saw in the preview that 11 was going up to someone's house, and it looked like it was the house where Terry Byers was when we saw her in season 1. So I'm interested to see how that's going to go. And they gave 11 that Ripley haircut.
Right.
With the short curls. I thought that was very fitting. I like that. 7 of 9. Next odd number is 11. 7 of 9. 7 of 9, so sexy. Love Jerry Ryan. Anyway, that was a little sidebar. Thank you for that, Ion. Appreciate it. So let's see. What else do you guys think is going to happen? What do you think of this Mad Max character that's coming in? You think she's going to be a part of the group for long, or just end up being tossed in for extra storytelling?
I hope she's not just there, just, you know, for Mike's new side piece, whatever, you know.
No, actually, from what I've read, she's going to be she's going to be an interest between
the other two, right?
Why can't I remember their names now?
Dustin and Luke, right?
Yeah, Dustin and Lucas. Yes.
I'm gonna put Dustin automatically. I can't stand
it. You know what? Lucas was a little punk. He was a little punk for a while. I mean, but he
it's a damn shame. Come on now. Come on, the black kid I gotta hate. Of all kids I gotta hate or dislike the least. It gotta be the black kid. God damn. It was like near the end when he was like up against a freaking Demogorgon. I was like, really? A slingshot? There's the window. Crawl out of it.
Come on, man. He was trying to be brave, and they have fought against this entity the way they fought against everything.
Game of Thrones leads into everything. But when Jamie went up against that, was charging towards Danny, knowing there was a dragon right there. That's Jamie.
Yeah, because I think there was one of these like English shows they had where they were interviewing the kids, and it's like I think it's supposed to be the opposite of like with 11. You know how like Mike was real into 11, and the other ones were kind of like thought she was a weirdo. I think it's supposed to be like the other way around, where Lucas and Dustin now like this new girl that's moved into town, and he don't care for her that much.
You know what, Dustin? I think outside of Mike, Dustin was probably the only other one that thought Elle was like the coolest thing ever. I don't think he ever really had any issues. Lucas, I think his issue was there's a new kid in the group and she's taking attention from my best friends, and I don't like it. That's kind of the attitude that they gave him. But he came correct by the end, so I could forgive him of that. However,
he got his teeth though. Now you see that? Somebody pointed out to me in the one the what you call it, the preview clip, that he had his front teeth. Remember?
Oh, Dustin?
Yeah.
You know what? I didn't even notice. I will be looking for that.
That kid's really got that. I forget what it's called. something cranial.
I think that was like added in,
dysplasia,
right?
or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, he really had it.
It was like never supposed to be part of his character.
Yeah, they wrote it in specifically for him.
Yeah, it's something about your teeth they don't grow in for a while. You're like usually by that age you got some teeth and it took him a while.
Yep. That's what it was. And Ion Trone says that 11's mother is Lyanna Stark. Confirmed. Hashtag it. Tweet that out, folks. So, 11 does have that magic blood. So, I mean, if she has the possibility of being a secret Targaryen, if Will has the possibility of being a secret Targaryen, 11 could be a secret Stark. We don't know how the shit's gonna go down.
That would be awesome though if they bring these other kids come around or whatever age they are, and it's like you start to see that there's more of them or whatever, or of course they probably won't be where Hawkins, Indiana or whatever, but like you said about the Mad Max girl, I don't think she has anything special with her. Probably, I think she's just going to be another part of their group. But there's still just not enough known, I guess, about her yet. I mean, anything's possible.
Yeah, I mean, I would be down for seeing another member of the group come through, and I really hope that 11 survives this whole ordeal and doesn't have to displace herself and to be banished to the Upside Down for a while. But what I'm really wondering is if they're going to show how long she was in the Upside Down and how long she was in the woods, because Hopper has been leaving food for her, but we don't know for how long that's been going on. And I think he hasn't brought her. Hopper, knowing him, he would make a home for her, but I think he's keeping her secret. And I think part of the reason why he's working with the energy group is to keep them off her trail. What do you guys think?
That wouldn't be a legitimate thing, because we know that group is bad news from Jumpstart. So, at the end of the season, when we saw him again in the car, I was like, wait a minute, hold up. Are you still a double agent here? I'd rather him be a Sirius Black than something else, If it happens, it happens.
All right.
Yeah, I think because I think what Hopper is how he had a daughter and she died. I think it'd be like one of those of course it's because who 11 is and she is a kid, but I think it's like one of those things where he's trying to either get something that he has lost with his own daughter or redeem himself or whatever, as trying to take care of this girl, because this girl really has nobody. The people that were using her, the Doc Papa, they don't care about her as a kid. They're looking at her as for the power she, puts out. So it's like they're not thinking, oh, this is a little kid, we have to take care of him and guide him. And she, you can tell, she don't know anything. You would think they at least would, educate her a little. They just throw her back in a room, and then when they're doing the little experiments, they bring her out. So this kid don't know anything about being a kid. She hasn't been. You can tell she hasn't been learning anything, because she doesn't even know what promise means and friends and all that shit. And it's when you think Eggo waffles are like lobster, you can tell you ain't had no experience with anything. You know what I mean?
Let's be real though. I mean, Eggos are the shit.
Right. But I mean, there's a lot better.
Shit. I just had a damn thought. Oh, one of the theories that has been floating around for a bit since season 1 ended is that 11 could possibly be not only Hopper's child, but also Terry Byers' child that was stolen. And at first I'm like, yeah, why would they not recognize each other? That was a completely different chick from the memories that we saw of Hopper. However, and I'm not saying that I'm totally convinced on this theory, but it is plausible. What was explained is, well, for one, this is the CIA that we're talking about, and they've been doing mind control things on people since forever in this universe, it seems. So Terry, I think some people theorize that she's in that catatonic state because they put her there specifically. And her so-called sister that lives there with her is not actually her sister. She's basically Terry's handler that's there to watch her. And Hopper's memories were screwed with to make him think that he was married to someone else, and they have this other person implanted, like the chick that he calls, that we assume is his daughter's mother, is also a plant to keep the story going. And they don't, Hopper doesn't recognize her because he's not supposed to. His brain has been messed with, so he wouldn't have known who she is or anything about her at that point in time. However,
what we know, that seems more plausible to me than most. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, if you look at, like, remember that one part last season where Hopper starts to, like, figure out more shit, and then he just wakes up in his house and there's like pills and everything to make it look like he just had a hard night.
Yeah, he was a drug addict or something. That's what they try to make it look at. And he knew, since he was fucking with some heavy shit, he knew right then and there, like, oh no, they got me. So he tore his whole damn house up, looking for the freaking radio bugs that they put in there. And he was absolutely right to do so. And yeah, J-Tone, 11 is definitely Terry Byers's. Is that the right name? No.
No, Byers is Will's name.
Yeah. But 11's mom, I believe her name is Terry though.
Yeah, Terry. I can't remember what it is.
I can't remember what her last name is, but she is definitely 11's mother. The theory that I'm talking about also ties into Hopper actually being her father. I'm not completely sold on it, but it's plausible.
Yeah,
and that makes sense.
If it is true, they gotta weave that in.
I mean, because the numbers add up. If you count back and you check the ages for both kids, they add up to 11.
And I think that's gonna show that whole, like, with Hop, trying to look like leaving her the food and all. Like, I think it's gonna have to be like that, kind of him trying to redeem himself for his lost daughter, and then that would make sense if it came out that it was this whole time he's showing a compassion and care for this kid. Not only because she's a kid and she needs somebody to look after her, but the whole time they've had a connection because she's really his kid.
Yeah. And yeah, London Town, that shit is wild. I agree. That's exactly how I thought when I first heard the theory. I was like, wow. Like I said, I'm not sold on it, but the vision's there. It could work. I'm very interested to see how they work out 11's parentage, because I would like to know who her other parent is. I think that will tie into the person that she is, or the person that she's become. But I don't know. Have you guys heard any wild theories? Or do you have any of your own?
Do you think 11's guy she calls Papa is still alive or dead? Because we did see the Demogorgon like jump on him. I
want to say he's dead.
Wasn't honestly, like a newspaper article saying that he made a statement? But it's like that always could be like a cover up.
It could be. And I forgot about that newspaper article. So he actually might have survived that. What I was gonna say with him, it seems like the Demogorgon knew exactly who he was, because there seemed to be like a bit of added aggression when he jumped on him, or he or she. I don't know what the Demogorgon is. When it jumped on him. Or maybe I'm just tripping. I don't know.
No, because he could be. Because I think if he did survive, how like with the whole CIA as a whole, whatever he was under, I could see him, like get rid of him, or at first I forgot about that whole part. I was thinking at first before you just said that maybe he was stuck in that upside down world, and it hasn't got. But then I forgot all about the part of the Demogorgon attacked him.
And this is how this is really like a CIA organization. Like, everybody else got blamed for Will's disappearance and that cover up, but not the energy company. They're still doing business. No blame was given to them. Like, they are bringing in Paul Reiser, another big 80s actor, as a new doctor. So he might possibly be replacing Matthew Modine's character. I'm not sure, but
you see, they got Rudy. Rudy's in there. What's his name? Sean Astin.
Yeah. They got Samwise Gamgee coming to play. And I think it's so fitting for him to be on here, because these kids, this story is like a mashup of Stand By Me, The Goonies, The Monster Squad, and E.T. all wrapped up into an awesome sci-fi bundle. And it's so fitting to have Samwise Gamgee come in. So I'm very much looking forward to his character.
They said it's funny. I seen on the internet the other day, I think it was like last week, that yesterday was the day that Terminator came out in like our world, like October 26, 1984, I think it was. And I think in the show, it's Halloween of that year.
Yeah.
And they show a picture thing where, you remember the movie theater where what's the boy's name that dates Nancy? Steve or whatever.
Steve did that fuck shit. Yeah.
They wrote the shit on there. Yeah. Apparently, it's supposed to be the movie. The picture it showed, it has the movie and it says The Terminator. So like it's actually going with what actually was around. That's pretty cool.
That's another reason why I love how the Duffer Brothers have done this. Like, this is my childhood that I'm staring at. This is every ode to the 80s that I could possibly want in one feature set. And I love it.
Yeah, no, I thought that was pretty cool. How I mean, it's to the T. Like the shit. I remember being a kid. Like I was born in '83, and it's like even like Ghostbusters and stuff. Like the whole Ghostbusters thing. You know what I mean? How big of a thing that was. And then just like all the 80s stuff that's in there, like the clothes. I remember wearing the 3-stripe socks that go all the way up to your damn knees.
Right. When you were skinny as all hell, kid like me, they came up even higher.
Right. And then like the haircuts and everything.
Yeah, and I agree with what Jayton just said. The theme music like screams 80s horror. I freaking love it. They've done such a phenomenal job with this show, and I cannot wait to get into season 2. I'm hoping I'll actually be able to binge the whole thing tonight. I'll probably end up watching it again, even if I don't. So it's I can't wait. Let's see, how long have we been on for? It's been about a half an hour. Let's see, we're all babies compared to the age of the universe. Yes, Ion, we are. Indeed. Jayton said she was born in 85 and she feels old. I'm right there with you, girl.
Oh, I feel you.
Right there with you.
I think it's crazy though, because like, yeah, we're on the computer and like I do a lot with the computer, like even at work, and it's like it's crazy though now, because like when sometimes I'm outside, I'm like mowing my grass or whatever, like I don't see any kids outside playing. And I remember when I was a kid, like you had to make me come in. Like you know what I mean? Like the street light come on, you hear all the little kids going home. That was like the universal be home at this time thing. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And it's like nowadays you don't see no kids outside. They're stuck to a screen and a video game. You know,
or even if they are outside, they're still in a screen.
Right? Yeah, they walk around with a phone, getting hit by cars and shit. So it's like I the other day I was hit some kid. She was on her bike, had one hand on the phone, looking at it, and like literally just roll right out. If I wasn't paying attention, I would
like you just asking to die.
Right, and it's like crazy.
Like
you just don't see it.
Yeah, that damn Pokemon Go. You're right. You know what I was doing in the 80s with the computer? I was playing number munchers.
Yeah,
I remember that was pretty much the only thing I needed a computer for.
You remember?
I actually read books.
You remember Oregon Trail on the old Macintosh?
Oh yeah, that was the shit. That was the shit. Oregon Trail. What else was on the old Mac that I really liked? Lode Runner. Lode Runner was my fucking game.
It's crazy. If you look at now, like it's really not been that long. But if you look at how, like when we just say when you know what I mean, I was 83, so 93 I'd have been 10. If you look at just from 93 to now, how much technology is going so super fast. Like in the beginning, you had ColecoVision and Atari. And like now the games look so real. Like it hasn't been that long.
Yeah. I mean, imagine what we could possibly have in another 10 years. I'm still mad, honestly, because I was depending on Back to the Future to actually come true. And I thought, by 2015, we'd be flying and shit. But, whatever.
Having the hoverboards and shit.
A real hoverboard, not this bullshit that they try to knock off. Hoverboards don't have wheels. Find a new name for your product.
Yeah, ain't nothing hover about it if it's still touching the ground.
Exactly. Jayton says she used to play Myst on Mac. Yeah, that was another one. That was another one.
Yeah, I love the Oregon Trail. I used to play that.
Oregon Trail.
I hated that game. I could never make it all the way to the No.
They were supposed to
Oregon
come out with a newer
died.
version for it was supposed to come out last year, but something happened with the team that was making it. I guess it got shelved for so long. I forget the company that's making it. It's one of the bigger companies. I can't remember what the name is though. But they were supposed to come out with a better version. Yeah.
I'll definitely cop that. You know what my other game was? Carmen Sandiego.
Yeah, I remember that.
That was my jam. You know what? If I could find an old computer that would actually support it, that's the fucked up thing. Our computers now don't even support the old games. You got to get like virtual machines and patches and shit to make them work, which is sad. Damn it! Get your shit together, computer people. We still want to play our old games.
Yeah, they were showing the how they had this new Wolfenstein that came out, and the old one from back in like '92. Like how crazy the difference is.
So but you know what? I was playing Road Rash.
I love that.
PS3, and like the graphics are like it's definitely still playable, but the graphics are so weird and wonky looking compared to what we have now. But it's still a fun ass game. I love it.
Yeah, I used to love Road Rash. You go down that road, and then all of a sudden somebody come up next to you and busting up pipe.
Smack you over the head with a fucking pipe, throwing oil in your way and shit.
It is crazy, man, because it hasn't been that long. And like, see, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm one of these people that shit starts to scare you with how crazy, like, especially with the AI that everything's having now, like with all this artificial shit. And it's like I mean, the movies, I know they're all movies and it's make believe, but some of that shit, like even the most like renowned people, like
it's
Steve
coming.
Hawkins, Elon Musk, they all say that shit's
it's coming. It's coming. Yo, you know what? Y'all know there's an actual, and I know we're like way off topic here. We're gonna end soon anyway. There's an actual company named Cyberdyne, and you know what they specialize in? Robotics.
No, I didn't even know that.
Google that shit. Somebody else told me that. I was like, you're fucking lying. And I went to Google, and you know Google has the answers. It's I think they're like based in Japan or something or other. But yeah, they specialize in robotic prosthetics. So like,
yeah, it's great. It's great.
And it's the start of it.
And not only just that, like it's starting. Like you see now, like I went to McDonald's the other day. I don't hardly go to McDonald's like that unless like with my kid, cause you know how kids always love McDonald's and shit.
You gotta get their Happy Meal.
Right, and I went in there. They actually have kiosks now where you can order from, and then you can order from your phone like Starbucks and just pick the shit up when you get there. Yeah. It takes a lot of jobs from people. It's messed up.
If you're in the right city and you have like Uber Eats, McDonald's actually delivers now too.
Yeah, I just heard about that too. But...
We have what's it called? It's like a thing like that has for restaurants and places that don't do delivery. I can't remember what it's called.
I use Skip the Dishes, and there's also shit. What's the other one?
I can't remember what the one's called around here.
That we use
What the hell is it called?
Dishes. There's another one. There's Skip the Dishes, Uber Eats.
I can't remember what it's called around here.
But yeah,
I bring you like Chick-fil-A and all that.
Yeah, all the restaurants that don't actually deliver use this service for delivery. You pay a small fee, but I use it frequently. I kind of love it.
Oh yeah, I mean that's shit's like that's
pizza and regular delivery food.
Yeah, like I don't mind that kind of stuff's cool. Like, but then when you're taking DoorDash, like
that's another one I own. Thank you.
Yeah, they don't have that one. I can't remember the one that we have around here is called. But yeah, that's it. I mean, it's just crazy how like. But the thing is, though, I think it hurts society in a way too, because anything to make life easier for a person is actually hurting them, because you never know. You never know what can happen. I'm not one of these conspiracy theory kind of people, but you never know what the future holds with war and shit. A lot of people, if they wanted to really take down like a country, where you go to their infrastructure, if you were to take cats electricity, and man, people would go berserk. You wouldn't know what to do. Yeah. You know what I mean?
But when it comes to blackout, though, that's the best of times. Cookout.
Oh, yo, son. Blackouts in New York, man. Oh, memories. Sitting on the fire escape because ain't shit else to do. Okay, that's enough nostalgia. Damn it. All right. Anyways, my download's done, so I'm trying to go watch this show. Spots, damn it, you gonna come in at the end. But anyway, shout out to everybody that was chilling in the chat room with us. Spots, hi and bye, since we're about to leave. Ion, Phil H, J-Town, London. Appreciate y'all coming in and hanging with us. I'm thinking either next week or the week after, I'll try to get a panel together because there's a lot of us that watch Game of Thrones that also are into Stranger Things. I know Lava is really big into it, so I'm gonna try to work around her week schedule so we can chat about it also. I will let you two gentlemen know also to be on the panel as well. Well, go ahead with the outros though, so we can get out of here and binge so we can talk about it next week. Tony, go.
All right, it's Tony, Lord of Last Hearth. You can catch me at Lord of Last Hearth. Mainly do video let's plays of Crusader Kings and a couple other things, and I'm usually on a live stream. It's usually on somebody else's channel because I'm lazy and I don't like setting up shit. And so yeah, other than that, I want to say thank you, Alicia, for inviting me to this. I do love Stranger Things, and so I am very grateful that you made me a part of your Stranger Things stream. BBM, another one down with you. It's always a pleasure. I think I've done more live streams with BBM than anybody. Just seems like we won't even know we'll be on this. I'll be like, oh, BBM, what are you doing tonight? Oh, I'm streaming. Yeah, me too. Woohoo. It'd be the same person if we don't even know. So it always works out that way. But, you know, I like it anyway. So, yeah, BBM, I guess I'll see you in the next one. We're together.
BBM?
This is known, Tony. This is known. Again, thank you for having me on, aka the breaker of trolls, aka the one with the fedora, aka the one who actually, you know, has sympathy for Lucas, but doesn't go back on the 100 though.
No. What did I tell you the other day? I'm not gonna watch the show, but I am gonna watch some channels like you and Happy Cool that do they chat about the show, so I can catch up like that just to make sure I have good material for what I'm writing. Mm-hmm. But I won't watch the show. Fuck that. Lexa deserve better.
Damn. Hope she's doing good on the Walking Dead. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, she's doing good now. I've recently gotten back into Fear the Walking Dead because they don't have them walking around like punk ass little kids anymore. Like, I'm sorry, it's hard to see my commander go down to being just some random ditzy high school girl when I know she's a badass. Just whatever. That's a combo for another damn day. Anyways, thank you, gentlemen, for being with me for this short chat here. I know y'all are probably gonna watch the show coming up soon. I'm gonna watch probably like 10 minutes after I get off. Everybody in the chat, appreciate y'all hanging with us. Keep an eye out. I'll definitely be doing some discussion streams. Probably won't do one for each episode, maybe just like 2 or maybe 3 to recap the season as a whole. I will leave both of these gentlemen's channel links in my descriptions, and I'll also link to the Theorizer's channel so you guys can check out his stuff on Stranger Things too. So catch y'all in the next one. Thanks for hanging with me. AK out.